In this series so far, the blue connector has been deployed and user testing has proven that it is working correctly. The next step in the blue-green deployment is to go ahead and to deploy the green Teams connector. However, in a real-world scenario, the green connector would only be deployed when it's necessary to do so. This would be when the Teams connector and the associated Infinity deployment needs to be upgraded to a later software version than is currently deployed with the blue connector. It may be a few months before the next version becomes available. In this video series, the green connector will be deployed immediately and use the same version, 34, as the blue connector, as this is the latest version generally available at the time of recording. A reminder that a major benefit of the blue-green deployment method is that the green connector can be deployed into Azure without any impact on the blue connector, which is currently in production. The green deployment can be completed during business hours. The benefits are as follows. The existing blue connector remains in place and is not removed from service until the new green connector is fully functional and validated. Increased service availability as the existing blue connector remains online. Access to required service administrators owners are more readily available before a planned switchover window. Reduces time pressure and risk if there are problems or delays in completing the deployment. Overall deployment risk is lowered by simplifying the rollback process if the green deployment fails. There are less steps to complete for the green connector as some of the steps completed for the blue connector do not need to be repeated. The CVI app registration was already created and does not need to be created again, nor does the Teams bot resource group need to be created. A modified deployment script is used to skip these steps. Admin consent into Teams and Microsoft 365, specifying joining instructions, and enabling CVI for users also does not need to be repeated. However, the green connector needs its own Teams Connector API app, FQDN, and TLS certificate. For reference, here is a reminder of the architecture being used in this video series. As always, ensure that the documentation is followed carefully. They can be found at docs.pexip.com.